I put out a poll at the beginning of this week to decide what we were going to do for the Wednesday of my Zuko-themed spectacular content week. And we had a tie between Fangirl Explosion and a fan theory video. We also had someone voting for an A and B. Don't worry, you'll get that on Saturday. Believe me, it's great. So I decided to do Fangirl Explosion on Wednesday and Fan Theory video on Thursday. And on Friday, well, you'll just have to wait till Friday to see what you get. Now, I've compiled a list about everything I like and dislike, and I'm fine with, about Zuko's character, about everything about him. I have compiled charts and lists. I have favorite episodes, least favorite episodes, favorite scenes, moments, favorite voice actors. Of course, that's Dante Bosco. So let's get started. I think we're going to start with least favorite stuff, because you can't make a perfect character. Although Zuko comes very close, you can't make a perfect character. My least favorite things about Zuko is I really don't like that he's so argumentative. Like, he's constantly arguing. Like, the beach is just one long argument between him and May and several other people. It's not like May's fighting with Azula. It's just Zuko is just the heart of all contention in that episode, and it really bothers me. Of course, this is important to his character because it's important that he has flaws. I just feel like calling Ty Lee a circus freak, I took that one personally. How dare you, Zuko? Another thing I hate about Zuko is that he's so hard to draw. Have you ever tried to draw Zuko? Not recommended. It's like you draw the rest of him and it could look on a scale from bad to okay. And hopefully you're somewhere up near the okay bit. And then you get to his face and like, this will make or break my drawing. If you have a bad looking Zuko outline, but you do a good face, it automatically goes up to an okay. And if you have a good-looking Zuko outline, you do a bad-looking Zuko face, you drop like 100. You're like -14. And it just goes so poorly. He is so hard to draw because of the different-sized eyes and the whole scar thing, and his face is just not necessarily easy in the beginning. So unless you're drawing preteen Zuko, you're going to have some problems there. Next up, we have my least favorite Zuko scene ever. Is Zuko alone, the ending, where he goes and he saves the village and does so well, and he's like, I have found my identity because of some weird flashbacks of it I've been having of my childhood, which none of them know that, but he does. And he's found his identity and he saves the kid. And then they're like, I hate you. Go, you disgusting, disgusting firebender. And it's like, oh, no wonder he didn't join Team Avatar in Season 2. He probably just thought everyone would treat him like that. It's horrible that everyone could be so racist that even when they get saved by him, they're just like, you're a firebender, you disgusting person. And I'm like, I feel so bad for him. A close runner-up for least favorite scene is the scene in the beach, which is such a good episode, so much important character development going on there. And it's just the food scene where May's like, I'm hungry, and he's like, okay, I'll get you food. And he goes to get food, and he gets it knocked over, and he throws a guy into a vase because of it. And I'm like, oh, honey, we didn't need that. You're obviously dealing with some stuff and we'll let you have that one, but go seek help from like your sister's friends on the beach in the middle of the night. That'll help go way better than just throwing some guy into a vase. Just like Fire Nation man gets stuck in vase. That's how I'm putting it. No, he gets thrown into the side of a vase and it breaks. Next, I'm doing everything I like about Zuko's character, which is much longer than the stuff I don't like, which is how it should be. So I really like that in the beginning, he's this angry, horrible, awful, Nazi-ish person. And in the end, he's this like calmer, strong emo, but a good person, helper to destroy the dark. And the change between Season 1 him and Season 3 him is incredible. Like, if you took the change between season 1 Zane and season 3 Zane, you just have Zane. So, I talk about Ninjago, by the way. So it's really incredible that in 60 episodes he got such a nicely thought out character arc, which I agree, even though I'm not the biggest fan, the beach was an important part of. Next thing I like is I like that he's socially awkward, which I spelled awkward way wrong. I spelled it AQURARD, which that can't be how you spell awkward, but we're gonna go with it. So I like that he's socially awkward because it puts a more human side to things. I don't like it when all the characters are perfect and have perfect speech and they're all like on top of things. We need more flirting that's like, so, papaya. We need more, hello, Zuko here, I'm bad, but I'm good now, kinda? Well, I thought it was good before, but then I realized I was bad. We need more of that sort of thing in TV shows. We can't have the awesomely put together people all the time. I do agree that it's important to have someone well put together, or else it just turns, just imagine 30 Zukos locked up in a room with an Aang. That would be how it would go, and it wouldn't be pretty. Depending on which kind of Zuko you got. If you got, like, season 1 Zuko, they'd all be trying to capture him to regain their honor, which would be interesting, but also no. Another thing I like about Zuko is that I'm terrified of him. And you might think that's a weird thing to like, but he is just so unhumanely powerful and strong. Like, in the beach, he kicked a table and it broke. He, like, literally slammed a table down the middle and it cracked. That was a wooden table. I could not do that with my entire body. I couldn't be flung at a table hard enough for it to break. And he just does that. He just kicks it with a leg and he's like, yay, broken table. He also kicks a lever that's the size of his arm and made of metal in the episode Boiling Rock Part 2. And I'm like, oh my goodness, bro, I think you need to stop going to the gym or else you're going to become too overpowered. I mean, we all go on about how strong Toph is, and she really is, but I feel like Zuko should join the group. He literally kicked a table in half. So incredible that he is the kind of guy who kicks a table in half. And then he's also the kind of guy who, like, sits at a pool with his mom playing with a bunch of turtle ducks, which are the cutest things invented to this day. And he's just this sweet, shy person who's kind and kind of an idiot. And he also is this strong, powerful person. I think we need more dichotomy of that because sometimes in TV shows we just get like, oh, there's this one person who's super strong and brave, and there's this one person who's soft and cottagecore, and I feel like we don't get enough of a mix of the two. I really like that he has flaws. I know I also said that I hate that he has flaws, but I like being argumentative, but I love that he has flaws. Like, we don't want to marry Sue as our character. We need someone who's willing to go so far in the second book and then totally get rid of the entire thing they were building up. The whole him turning good thing. He's like, nah, I want to go home. I'm not good anymore. And that is incredible that they were able to do that and not make the fans revolt. They just did it so well. And then throughout the entire rest of the second season and third season, which the second season has like 2 seconds left and the third season has like 12 episodes, he's feeling so guilty about that decision. It's the fear-based decision that he made at the end. He made one at the end of book 1. He made one at the end of book 2. He's learning, he's growing throughout this thing. He's following the basic story method, but doing it so well. Also, another great thing about Zuko's character is that he has people he genuinely cares about. He genuinely cares about May. He genuinely cares about his uncle and his mother. And later he grows to genuinely care about the gang and Appa and those people. But, like, in season 1, it didn't seem like he liked his uncle very much because they were constantly arguing. But at the beginning of season 2, right after Zuko Alone, they meet up again, and his uncle gets hurt. And you can see just how genuinely his feelings for his uncle are. He loves that man. That man raised him. And when he gets hurt, he's just so angry. His cry out when he sees his uncle and him telling the others to go away is, again, a fear-based decision, but also shows how much he cares. Which, it's really important that your character cares about other people, or else why are we going to care about the other people? Because we see the world through the character's eyes. Now, my favorite scene, all 3 seasons, I've not read the comics, so all 3 seasons of Avatar, my favorite Zuko scene is the Ember Island player scene where he and Toph are talking. And such a great conversation, so comforting. Toph, I feel like, should have gotten more time with Zuko because they could have had a really nice sibling dynamic. But they were just talking, and she's like, you beat yourself up too much. You were an idiot. You done goofed. And you'll have to live with that till your dying day. But your uncle loves you. We care about you. You're making things right. You're doing better. Keep going. And I just think it's so sweet. And then we get a little laugh at the end because, the scar's not on the wrong side. And I personally loved that. Another thing I love about Zuko is I love the memes and the jokes that people make. Like, I love that people aren't so protective of his character that we're not just allowed to scream, "Honor!" And everyone's like, no, you can't be mean to him. We're being mean to him. And it's going to be funny. I also really like this joke I saw where it was like, oh, if Zuko's constantly searching for the Avatar, does that mean he has anxiety? And I laughed so hard at that. Because people make fun of him when he is the nice person we know now. People make fun of him when he was mean. People make fun of him in his youth. We need more characters that we can make fun of because it's really, really rather fun. And I feel like he wouldn't be too mad at this. He'd more like deadpan and not laugh at it, but I don't think he'd be upset about it. Especially if it was Sokka telling jokes. That sounds just like something Sokka would do. Anyway, I'm also going to do one quick fan theory that I found out about recently. It's that Zuko only sleeps on his left side unless he's around people he trusts, because he can't hear well out of his left ear, and he wants to optimize his hearing just in case someone attacks him in the night. And I personally love this fan theory because I feel like it really shows how on edge he is all the time, and it also really shows how the people he cares about, his uncle, the gang eventually, those people, he's willing to open up to them. He's willing to go, I think you've got this. I think you can watch out for me for just one night. And him able to put his guard down. Also, it has to be hard to sleep on his left side because the creators have come out and said that Zuko's scar still hurts him. And that's why Katara offered to heal it in Ba Sing Se. She wasn't offering to take away his scar. She was offering to take away the pain. And, I mean, you gotta give Zuko some props. If I was constantly in pain, I'd be pretty upset too. He's handling this extremely well. Especially if it was my father who did that to me. It's just horrible. Anyway, I'd like to end this video with something really happy and fun. So, does everyone remember that scene in the Dragon Masters, or whatever that episode is called, right before the Boiling Rock, where Aang's like, I don't care what everyone else says about you, I think you're pretty smart. And Zuko just gives the most innocent smile. He gives the most innocent smile directly to the camera. It's so naive, and I'm like, oh, Zuko, honey, you need to be complimented more. That's what this is telling me. Because that wasn't even a great compliment. Aang's basically saying, oh yeah, everyone else thinks you're really dumb, but not me. Anyway, I'll put the smile up on the screen. It's so naive. Poor Zuko. Anyway, that was all for my Zuko fangirl explosion. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe. It really helps a lot. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you later. Bye!